So for whatever reason, you see a lot of videos on people's morning routine. There seems to be some sort of obsession with making videos where people talk about their morning routine, what they do when they wake up, at what certain time they do it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I see a lot of these videos being released a lot, and it's been going on for a while now. It seems like a lot of people just like talking about and watching people's morning routine. And one thing that I don't see mentioned is picking the right fragrance to start your morning. And this, I think, is a very crucial step. Let's be honest, everyone needs a nice jump start, a nice kickstart to really start your day off right. And if you choose a nice, fresh, bright, invigorating fragrance to really kick your day off, you're going to be ahead of the game, and you're really going to find that it does help get you on your feet and make you want to go tackle the day. So no, in this video, I'm not going to be telling you what time I get up and what I start doing at 7:05 a.m. up until 8:10 a.m. and all this detailed stuff, but instead, I'm going to tell you some good fragrances to wear to start your morning and to really kind of start your day off with a bang. First fragrance up, we've got Dior Eau Sauvage Cologne. This is a really, really nice fragrance. Great flanker from the Eau Sauvage line. I honestly find myself really enjoying all of the ones that I've tried so far. The original Dior Eau Sauvage, great, classic, timeless fragrance. I love that scent. The citrus is amazing. Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum, a fragrance that you have seen me talk about here on the channel. It's one that I do actually own a bottle of. Nice vetiver, aromatic, masculine scent with a very classic feel like you would expect. That's a great one as well. And now one of my more recent pickups from that line, of course, is Eau Sauvage Cologne. And this one, like I mentioned, is great. The citrus opening of this scent is like none other. I mean, it's incredible. I thought the opening of Eau Sauvage Parfum was great, which it still is. But this one blows it out of the water. Just that nice, pure citrus that you get from this scent. It smells, honestly, it smells incredible. And if you need something that really will jumpstart your day, this one's going to be it. It's a beautiful scent. It still does have that classic timeless Eau Sauvage DNA in here, but with even more emphasis on the citrus notes. And this one is a pretty good performer as well, which may surprise you when you smell it and you look at the note breakdown and see how citrus heavy it is. But really good performer, great quality like you would expect, and honestly a really, really nice scent. Eau Sauvage Cologne, probably not talked about as much as some of the others from this line, but this one is really nice. Up next we have John Varvatos Artisan. So just the original Artisan, really, really nice scent. This one is pretty interesting. I thought it was going to be relatively boring just because, you don't hear too much about this fragrance, and it is kind of one of the even more poor performing versions. You don't hear too much about it, but honestly, I really like this one. It's a bit floral and also a bit sweet in the dry down. It does have that signature John Varvatos smell that you get from all of their fresh fragrances, basically. Artisan Aqua, Artisan Blue, just all their kind of fresh fragrances. It has that type of smell that when you smell it, you know it's a John Varvatos. It has that, but it does have a bit of a twist on it, and I do really appreciate the scent more so than I thought. It did really impress me. Like I mentioned, a bit floral, a bit sweet in the dry down. The opening obviously is very fresh and zesty. It smells nice. It's definitely one that's going to wake you up and just really want you to get started with the day. And one of the plus sides about this scent is, it does perform so bad in terms of, longevity and projection that you can kind of wear this for a few hours and then it's going to kind of go away. And at that point, then you can select a different fragrance, which you can wear for the rest of the day without having to, wash it off or anything like that. You can layer just about anything else over this one once it's to the point of really dying down. So that is, one instance where poor performance comes in handy. Up next, we do have a niche fragrance. This one is MFK Petite Matin. One of my favorite fragrances from MFK, just in general. My first favorite probably being Baccarat Rouge 540. I know that's probably a basic choice or whatever, but I really do love that scent. But Petite Matin probably is a close second. I love that fragrance ever since the moment I first smelled it. It's perfect, and I love it for springtime, and I also love it just as a morning fragrance. In fact, the fragrance does translate to Sunday morning, I believe, or something along those lines. You'll probably correct me down in the comments, but something along the lines to have to do with a morning, which is perfectly fitting. It really does smell like a nice spring or summer morning. It's a gorgeous scent, and I don't necessarily say that often about fragrances, especially really about citrus fragrances, because a lot of them do tend to kind of be the same and somewhat boring and repetitive, but there is something magical about Petit Matin, which I really do like. I love the scent. You know, performance isn't going to be its strong suit either. It's definitely not what I would consider a bad performing fragrance, but it's going to be moderate, maybe 5, 6, 7 hours longevity, somewhere in that range. So it gets the job done. It is a bit more pricey because it is a niche fragrance, but you can get them for relatively affordable prices. And in my opinion, it's worth the money 100%. Petit Matin, great fragrance to kickstart your morning. Moving up next, we have L'Homme Ideal Cologne by Guerlain. This one is another fantastic scent. This one has almond and lemon, which is a really nice combination here. It gives it this nice creamy and fresh smell, almost gourmand smelling, which I really like. You know, summer gourmand fragrances are great. To me, there's not a whole lot of them out there. I do have one more coming up in this video. Some of you may already kind of have an idea of what it is, but you know, from what I've seen and from what I've smelled, not too many summer gourmands out there, but this is one of those that works fantastic. It's a very classy scent, which again is something you don't always get from fresh fragrances. This one is one where, in my opinion, you can dress it up pretty good in the summertime and springtime if you wanted it to. If you're looking for a spring summer fragrance that can be dressed up and does have like a mature classy edge to it, check this one out. Again, unfortunately is discontinued. I've talked about it numerous times. Guerlain Ideal Cologne. Moving up next here, we have Terre d'Hermes Eau Très Fraîche. Another really nice citrus fragrance. Obviously is akin to Terre d'Hermes Eau de Toilette and the Parfum and so on. It smells kind of similar to those. Obviously it is a flanker to those fragrances, but this one is obviously a fresher, lighter, more citrus heavy version of those. Those are kind of focused on the orange and the vetiver and the spicy woodiness that you get from it. This one, while it does have some of that in there, it's mostly is focusing on the nice citrus notes. And again, when you smell this one, it smells really nice. A great opening, very invigorating, kind of tart and sour from all the citrus that you have going on here. So really is an eye-opener, really is one that will wake you up if you're moving a little bit slow in the morning and you need something to kind of snap you out of it. This one will definitely do that. Really nice scent for spring and summer. A great flanker, and honestly, it's a great scent if you want to get into the Terre d'Hermes line, but you don't really want to jump into the EDT yet. You're not quite ready for it. Start out with this one. Great scent for summer, great scent for spring. Really great way to start your morning. Up next here, we have that other summer gourmand fragrance that I was talking about earlier on. It's my little 50 ml bottle of Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Another great scent that does utilize lemon, like we talked about earlier with the Guerlain. Lemon, tonka bean, it's sweet, it's fresh, it smells amazing. You'll hear basically everyone say it smells like a lemon meringue pie. Yeah, I don't really necessarily see that. I love lemon meringue pie, but I don't fully get that from this. Although I can see where people are coming from with that and everyone kind of repeating it. I don't get that. I don't really like to compare it to that. I think it's a summer gourmand. You get lemon, you get tonka bean. It does smell kind of similar to the other Chanel fragrances like Allure Homme Sport Extreme, Allure Homme Sport to some extent. If you're into this type of thing, it's definitely worth it. Moving up next here, we have Dolce Gabbana The One Gray. So this is a nice citrus heavy version of Dolce Gabbana The One, to put it simply. You get a lot of citrus, you get a bit of vetiver, and to my nose, I still do pick up on that tobacco note quite a bit. That is famous in Dolce Gabbana The One Eau de Toilette and, of course, the Eau de Parfum. Really, a pretty nice scent here. Is it my favorite from the Dolce Gabbana line? No, it's not. I still do prefer the EDT, the EDP, and Royal Night or Mysterious Night, whichever one I have over there. I can't ever remember them. I do like it. It does smell nice, and it would be a really nice kickstart to your day, to your morning. Moving up next here, we have honestly probably one of my favorite designer fragrances. This is one that has been missing from my collection for a while. I finally pulled the trigger on buying it again. I should have done it sooner. I don't know why I was putting it off. It was pretty stupid of me, but honestly, you know, out of all of the fragrances that I have fragrances that are much more expensive than this one, both designer and niche fragrances. I have fragrances that are probably considered much more unique and, you know, all that good stuff, better performing, better quality, everything. This is still one of my favorites. I don't know why. This DNA just works for me. Chanel, oh, not Chanel. I was thinking of Chanel Allure Homme Sport, which is pretty similar. Of course, Versace Pour Homme or Versace Signature. It goes by either variation there. Yeah, this is one of my favorite fragrances. Obviously, like I already just mentioned, smells similar to Chanel Allure Homme Sport, but this one's a bit more fresh. Chanel Allure Homme Sport's a bit more creamy, sweet in the dry down from the tonka bean and all that good stuff. But both are great. I love both of them. Obviously, this is going to be the more affordable of the two. If I'm kind of dragging in the morning and I need a good pick-me-up, this one is probably one of the #1 fragrances that I'm going to reach for. Moving up next, we've got YSL L'Homme Ultime. Another great scent, rose, ginger. This one opens up sweet, citrusy, fresh, spicy. It smells great. I love this fragrance. I really do. You know, it's not talked about all that often anymore, at least from what I've seen. Maybe it is still in some videos, but the spotlight still, of course, is on Lana Weeds L'Homme and, you know, probably some of their other flankers as well. Even the original L'Homme, you know, that one I guess doesn't get talked about that much either. Regardless, L'Homme Ultime is a great scent, very invigorating, very fresh. Opening is incredible. The dry down is incredible too, but this one would be another great one to start your morning off. Really kind of just get it started on the right track, really get you woken up, get your senses alive, that sort of thing. That's what this fragrance does. Really unique, really nice from Yves Saint Laurent. Great quality, like you would expect. This one's awesome. If you haven't tried it, check it out. And finally, last fragrance we have on this list, we have Armani Code Colonia. It's that Armani Code DNA, but freshened up with citrus, tonka bean. You kind of get the trend here. A lot of citrus tonka bean going on in this video, but it smells great as well. Very fresh in the opening, very invigorating. It smells great. This is one where it does really not get that much talk. I think people overlook this one, say it's generic, blah, blah, blah. I like it. I think it's pretty good. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 10 invigorating, fresh fragrances to start your morning out. When you need a little kickstart, when you need a little bit of motivation to really get your day started, check out some of these fragrances. They're great. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you let me know down in the comments what you would choose. And do remember, all of these will be linked down below in the description so you can check them out there. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.